Good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office on this Monday morning. It is the 6th day of November, 2023. This is the morning briefing coming to you from the home weather office. And as I look out the window of the home weather office this morning, it's raining. I'm getting some rain here, although it doesn't look as steady as it was 15 minutes ago. I know some areas are not seeing any rain. It is going to be a day where we are going to see occasional rain. There may be some thunderstorms this afternoon. And in the Sierra, as it gets colder during the day today, we will be seeing some snow. And by the time we get to late afternoon and into this evening, we may have chain controls in the Sierra as well. So there's a lot to get through this morning. And I'm also going to give you an idea of what is happening for the rest of the week as well. So let me show you what I'm looking at this morning. Here's the radar. Now, keep in mind, I'm recording this at about 8:30 in the morning. So obviously, this is going to be changing through the day. But there is something that I do want to point out here on the radar, is that just look at the flow. Look at the way everything is going. And this is what we call orographic flow. So if you picture the crest of the Sierra runs in this direction here, runs from the northwest to the southeast. That's the crest of the Sierra, if you will. Runs from, the areas up around Quincy down through west of Tahoe and then down toward Mammoth. Well, this flow goes perpendicular to it. So you can just see how everything's going from the southwest to the northeast. So that is good orographic flow. And what that does is it gives much more activity to the west slope of the foothills and the west slope of the Sierra than you get in the valley. And also with that flow, you also get a lot of areas that end up being rain shadowed. So if you have the coast range here, that's why areas like Tracy and Patterson usually end up with a lot less rain in a flow like this. So nice flow here. That's the way it looks on the radar. And let's see if I can get over to, not that, we'll get back to that in a second. Yeah, let's go to the satellite because this shows the same thing. You can just see that flow going into the Sierra here, and you can just see how the clouds are banked up here on the west slope, while parts of the valley actually have a good amount of sun first thing this morning. And as colder air drops in, we will continue the chance of showers, but it's the west slope, all these spots along Highway 49 and up the hill that'll likely stay somewhat cloudy throughout the day today with occasional rain. And for the valley, with some cooler air moving in, we may even see some showers or thunderstorms. So I want to talk about the colder air that's coming in. So these are the temperatures around 5,000 feet. And if you just look along the I-80 corridor, these are done in degrees C, you can see that the temperature this morning along I-80 is around 8, 9, 10 degrees. Okay. Now, let's fast forward to this afternoon around 4 o'clock. That temperature then drops down to 5 or 6 degrees. And then that will continue to drop as we head into the early evening hours tonight, with the temperature then dropping down to about 3 or 4 degrees. So that is why we're expecting the snow level to drop in the Sierra and likely dropping down to pass level, maybe down to 6,000 feet. And with that, we could have chain controls up for a while in the Sierra as this colder air comes in. Also, as the colder air comes in, the air will get somewhat unstable. So let me show you the HRRR. I'm just going to start with this is what's called it's the reflectivity. It's the forecast reflectivity, if you will. I'll switch over to the precipitation type here in just a second. So this is the way the model shows the activity through the morning hours. And as you can see, the west slope continues to get precip while the valley doesn't. Then into the afternoon, this is around 3 o'clock. This is 4 o'clock in the afternoon right here. Spotty showers, that might be a thunderstorm there. And again, you can't really pinpoint these, but you get the idea that as we get into the late afternoon, thunderstorms are likely popping up maybe on the east side of the valley from Redding all the way down through Butte County and north of Interstate 80 with spotty showers behind that as that colder air comes in. But for the valley, it just doesn't look as though we're going to see that much rain around Sacramento, Stockton, or Modesto, but there may be some scattered showers. But on the west slope, places like Auburn, Colfax, Grass Valley, as well as Plymouth and Jackson are likely to see cloudy skies with occasional rain. And then as we get into tonight, all of that goes away. So let me switch over to precipitation type. And I'll tell you, the HRRR, the model I'm showing you now, differs from another model that I'll show you here in a second. So just watch how you get some areas of blue up in here. This is this afternoon. And then as we get into the evening hours, this switches over to snow, like right in here. This model a little bit showing a little bit less than the NAM Nest is, another high resolution model. This one's showing a bit more in the way of snow, but as you can see how this is mostly green, and watch how that changes over to mostly blue as we get into the early evening hours. And this model is actually picking up a bit more in the way of snow. And it doesn't look like very much, but if you scroll over it, it's 3 or 4 inches. The only significance there, and the only thing I want to point out there, is that it may be enough for chain controls. So right now, first thing in the morning, we are not seeing chain controls. But if you do have travel plans over 80 or 50, let's say anytime between 4 p.m. This afternoon to 11 o'clock or later tonight, there may be enough for chain controls. Now, last time we saw chain controls a week or so ago, it really created a mess. So just keep in mind that if you are trying to get to Reno after, let's say, 4 o'clock this afternoon, it may take you a lot longer just because of the chain control mess that you get up there at King Vale on Interstate 80. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's take a look at the big picture, and we'll take a look at what we can expect as we go through this week, as well as look across the country. So this is the 500 millibar chart, which really helps. So we have this troughing coming in, and you can see that flow aloft. This is the flow up around 18,000 feet. This is the trough that swings through today, and by tomorrow afternoon, we start getting into a north flow. Nice ridging here through the middle part of the country for some pretty nice weather there. And then our weather turns dry. This is Wednesday afternoon, ridging, no issues there. We're still dry as we head into Friday. There may be a few clouds going by from this passing wave here. No big deal, however. And beyond that, for the early take on next weekend, this is next Saturday going into Sunday, ridging. So if you have outdoor plans next weekend, while it will not be as warm as this past weekend was, it should be dry. The models aren't really indicating even another chance of rain, and right now it's just a chance, sometime around the middle part of next week. The model's not fully in yet. This is next Tuesday morning. Maybe the middle part of next week is when we might see our next chance of rain. So the bottom line for today, occasional rain, maybe some thunderstorms. Looks like the best chance of thunderstorms is going to be from Sacramento to the north and on the east side of the valley. I'd include areas like Chico and Paradise in that, as well as areas along Highway 20 from Marysville through Penn Valley, Grass Valley. Might see a thunderstorm this afternoon, as well as to keep you aware of the change to snow that we are going to see along the crest of the Sierra during the day-to-day. It may not last all that long, but it will be long enough that we'll probably have chain controls and certainly enough to slow you down. And then after that, tomorrow we dry out. The rest of the week stays cool, but it will be dry for the rest of the week. So that's the morning briefing. I'll be in the studio tonight at 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, and 11 to keep you apprised of what's going on. Probably be tracking some thunderstorms and keeping up with that snow that's likely to change in the Sierra. That's all I've got for you this morning. Make it a great day. I'll talk with you later.